Hello, everyone. Yeah, good morning, everyone. I want to especially welcome every one of you to this May special edition of the National CDS. I want to believe I'm audible. Okay, please, I'll need responses. Am I audible enough? Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. So once again, welcome to this morning special edition of the National CDS. And it's a privilege to be here with every one of you all. It's a really much privilege to be here. So I believe we are all ready and we are anticipating and we are all ready to learn and to become better versions of ourselves, especially as COP members passing through the NOIC scheme. So I want to believe we are all here. So please, the president on this call, yes, you're a state president on this call or you're an executive on this call, please kindly go to your WhatsApp group and remind our DLCs that the time we've been waiting for, it's here now. So please let's do that and welcome and thank you very much to those who are just joining in right now. And please, those just joining us, please, you can give us your name. You can use the comment section, your name and the state you are joining us from. We want to know you. We want to especially acknowledge your presence in this meeting this morning. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much. I can see you all. That's amazing. That's amazing. You're welcome. So thank you very much. So please, I will beg your indulgence. Kindly go to your WhatsApp groups and inform others that we are live and ready already. So our facilitators are ready for us this morning. So it's going to be a very, very wonderful section. It's not going to be long, but it's going to be a very, very impactful section that no one should miss. So my name still remains Paul Eric, and I am the national president of the CDS group. So thank you very much. Let's do that, and we proceed with the national anthem. But before then, I want to beg you, every one of us, you can go on, get your jotters ready, get your pen ready, and I believe every one of us will get much value this morning. So don't just be here and be here. Yes, be here and be here. So it's a privilege being on this stage with you all this morning. So thank you very much as we hand over now to move over to the next item on our list, which is the national anthem. So let's keep that coming in, our name and the states we are all joining from. Thank you.
Nigeria, be healthy, our own native land. No tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria's all and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be our symbol, that truth and justice reign. In peace, all are to honor, and this become as gain. To hand unto our children, our banner we have saved. Oh God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build our nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall be blessed.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. The national anthem reminds us of our unity in our diversity. Thank you very much. We pray for a better country. We pray for a better tomorrow. Thank you very much. So once again, it's a privilege to have each and every one of us on this webinar this morning. So as I said before, it's going to be a special one, very, very special one, especially for every one of us at this phase of our life going through the NYC scheme. One thing we should bear in mind and remember is that the NYC scheme, it's a very, very short time for many person, and for some person, it's like an accelerator, whereby it pushes them to the next phase of their life, depending on how you utilize it. So that's why we'll be having this special section this month of May. And the topic we'll be considering this morning is a very, very important one. So as I said before, please invite everyone who ought to be on this call, your DLCs, your ESCOs, and even your fellow corp members, probably those who are less busy. Invite them as we proceed this morning. So please, kindly tell us where you're joining us from, your name and the states you are joining us from. We want to know you, want to welcome you, want to know that you are with us and you are here with us. So this morning, we'll be considering a very, very important thing, and the topic is mastering advocacy as an important CDS activity for high impact. So I want to believe every one of us, we don't just want to serve and be as other ordinary corp members. We want to really make impact. And one of the ways of making impact is through knowledge. Yes. Knowledge is like a dividing line between so many persons. Many people know how to do things, how they want to do things, but they don't know how to go about doing it. So that's one of why we're having this webinar this morning. And we're having one of the best, like when I mean one of the best, I mean one of the best facilitators coming to talk to us this morning on how to make real impacts, not just impact, not just talking impact, but somebody who has really worked the path of impact. Somebody who is impact personified, if I may use that word. Yeah, is somebody who is impact personified. So I wouldn't want to be doing much of the talking. I don't want to be doing much of the talking. So I plead with you again, please get your notepad ready, get your pen ready, get your jotter ready, because you'll be So get your pen ready, get your notepad ready, because you'll be learning a whole lot. So without wasting much of our time now, in fact, I have the rare privilege of uh, calling up guest facilitator is a father. In fact, he's somebody who I admire so much from afar. My first encounter team wasn't physical, it was virtual when I stumbled upon one of the videos, and it's really got me hooked. So today we'll be having a very, very special person joining us or facilitating this morning's webinar, and I want us to really, really pay attention. So before I call up our facilitator this morning, I want to just give you a brief overview of who this person is, so that you will know that you're not just having a random person with us. So this morning I have the rare privilege and honor of inviting our facilitator, and he's no other person than Mr. Tayo. So please just hold on a little bit.
Please, no profile. Let's just go on. Hello. Yeah, good morning, guys. It's a privilege, a great honor to be with you one more time, and I trust that all of you can hear me clearly. So if you can hear me, I need you to go into the on your chat and drop, I can hear you. My name is this, my name is that, and that's a whole lot of introduction. I'm super excited about the topic we are dealing with today. Thank you very much. Adelu Bamike, we can hear you. Thank you very much. Right. So I'm super excited about this topic because it's arguably for me one of the missing link in really celebrating the amazing work that you guys as core members are doing, and also in properly documenting and giving you the credit for it in a way that is going to be valuable for you post NYSC. And if also we're going to maximize the unique value that NYSC as an institution is delivering or can deliver to the Nigerian economic space, there is a need for us to talk about this topic. Right. So what are we talking about? We're talking about mastering advocacy, as an important, CDS activity for impact. I'll give you a little story, then I'll come back to the reason why we are doing this. When I started my, college development career in 2008, when I had to leave my paid employment, one of the topics that I learned very, very deeply is a topic called why, looking for why. So that when you want to do a project, you ask yourself, why are we doing this? Why is this project important? Until you find the real reason why the problem you are trying to identify, you are trying to solve in your project, the real reason. Because what will happen is that most of the time, a lot of people are dealing with symptoms, not the root problem. And there was this topic they taught us in those days about real need and felt need. And if you don't know the real need that you're trying to solve in a problem, you are going to be treating symptoms, not treating the actual sickness. And it was that time I appreciate the fact that any single time I want to approach a problem, I want to ask myself, what is the real problem? What is the real cause of this problem? And most of the time in my close to about 2008 till date of working, with different people who are real problem solvers, I believe all of you on this call, you are problem solvers. And I believe as a culture, if there is a solution, okay, I'm going to get into that. But let me, so that I don't skip, if there is a solution I think we need that will make you happy, I happy, that will make us to really build the Nigeria of our dream, I think we need a generation of what we call problem solver. We need a generation and a culture of problem solving. That is going to impact on the quality of career that we build. That's going to impact on the quality of businesses that we build. That's going to impact on how we, as 68 million, like they said, unemployed and underemployed Nigerian youth, will be able to develop the right skill and deploy themselves to the person that's going to give them the kind of job or create their own job. So personally, I have used this understanding of finding the root cause of a problem as a basis of doing every single thing I'm doing. And even when I talk to some of my young people, I'm supposed to be joined by another younger friend of mine who was an ex-core member in some years back, just about last year, who we talk about this, doing some PhD, in some conversation was having around a PhD thesis in Harvard, about what is really the reason why most problems in Africa things don't work in Africa. The same principle will have been tried in Asia, will have been tried in other sources, but when it comes to Africa, and we found that there are cultural nuances, culture, that is affecting some of our problem that is not making the solution that we create and articulate happen. And that was the time I came to a conclusion in my research, given my background in sociology, that cultural nuances, internally, imbibed value system, deeply entrenched belief system that has shaped our culture, that has shaped our belief, that has shaped our everyday action, are the real root problem of the African problem, are the real root problem of the Nigerian problem, are the real root problem of our individual problem. So when a person is ready to begin to solve his or our own problem, you can't just be solving your unemployment. You say, why is this so? And one of the things I concluded is that no matter what we want to do, we must look at the concept of advocacy. And what is advocacy? Advocacy is articulating, a message, putting it together to connect with all the critical stakeholders in a problem-solving endeavor and use that advocacy to do the first thing you must do in any development job. It must be a change of mind. It must be a change of mind. There is a popular saying that you cannot solve a problem with the same mindset with which you create it. You cannot solve a problem with the same mindset with which you create it. So a lot of people want to solve a problem, but they've not found out what is the real cause of this problem. And the same thing goes for majority of all the projects we do. So how does that link up to the topic we are dealing with today? So advocacy, let me see if I can define advocacy exactly the way like Gemini would define it, because at the end of the day, it's not just all of you, everybody is consulting that tool to guide our creativity, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I love to use Gemini. Gemini is a product of Google. So I type, what is advocacy? Advocacy. And it says, advocacy, it says, Advocacy is a strategic process of supporting a cause or policy to influence outcome, shift public opinion, or drive systemic change. It is fundamentally about amplifying voices, whether your own or those of a community, to ensure that needs are met and rights are respected. I run over it again. Advocacy is a strategic process. When they say something is strategic, it means it's not just a nice idea. It is an action that is designed to solve a real problem. It's different from a plan. And let me digress a little. Like I normally say to my guys, there's a difference between a plan and a strategy. A plan is a set of activity you put in place to achieve maybe an objective. It might be a plan, but it doesn't mean it will achieve it. Otherwise, everybody plan, but their problem don't get solved. But strategic plan, it takes into cognizance the limits. It takes into cognizance all the various limitations that are designed to stop you from achieving that goal and create a solution, it creates a mitigation to that problem. And that is when you can say, I have a strategy. Everybody needs a strategy, not just a plan, right? Especially in a very compelling environment. Interestingly for me, that happens to be one of the topics I learned in the early days of my career that changed the trajectory of my career. And it was called, SWOT analysis. Understanding the fact that for every single one of us, concerning our country, our job, our business, there's what is called strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Strength is what you have, is yours. You have to develop it, own it. Weakness is what you have. Weaknesses, every one of us have weakness. Opportunities are things that are available for you, no matter how complicated the country is. There are opportunities out there that you can take to better your life. Of course, there are also threats. Threats are things that are designed to kill you. For anyone who is a young person in this country that doesn't understand the concept of SWOT analysis, that does not understand the concept of strength, weakness, and opportunity and threats, that person is not living, especially in a country like ours. People is just being wishful. And that goes against, for example, one of the things I have shared variously as my own things I normally take home member. And I wrote it in my book that says that against all odds, against all the odds around you, radical optimism, not wishful thinking, and a network of friends with enlightened self-interest is a recipe for success. I will repeat that again. It's another quote that I've used to mentor everybody that come around me. If you take note of those quotes and break it down, and you will suddenly realize that you develop a formula for your own personal success. It says, against all odds, radical optimism, not wishful thinking. Because I see a lot of people have wishful thinkers. They don't have a plan for they don't have a strategic plan for their life. They just wish. They just have all these ideas in their head. Not wishful thinking. And a network of friends. We believe so strongly that every core member, every serious person who is serious with his life, you need to have what is called like a mastermind group. A group of 3 to 5 friends that you are working together every day, planning your future, planning your destiny, brainstorming together to see how you can succeed and how you can overcome the challenges of your world. So let me go back to our topic so that I don't digress too much. Mastering advocacy is an important CDS activity for high impact. What are we trying to say here? Is that if you don't master, if you don't understand the concept of advocacy, either as a group CDS or as a personal CDS, you are missing out on one of the cardinal things that we're supposed to use our 5 hours to 6 or 7, 8, 9 hours of CDS day to do. And we're going to come up with some action, clear, measurable action from this our own CDS that is going to make a lot of difference, to all of us who embrace it. Now, why is this important? Number one, CDS is compulsory for every core member. So therefore, you need to maximize how you spend that day for your CDS. Part of the thing you're supposed to do on your CDS day, number one, of course, you do your biometrics, which is compulsory. Number 2, you do training, which is what we are doing right now. Number 3, you go on the field, to go and do, real impact to the community. And in doing all those 4, for a long time right now, because of different things in the country, either insecurity, lack of resources, and so many things has hindered the progress of CDS for many core members in many regions of Nigeria. But we found out that there is one more element of CDS that every core member can do, notwithstanding the challenges, money, anything. Even when you are doing your PPA, when you are doing your biometrics, if and when we conclude it today, you realize that there is an element of what we can do, especially those of us in the DL for all. There is a very important thing we will begin to do. And like I said, once we have that discussion today, we'll do a survey among our CDS, and we see how we can make it compulsory for everybody to be a part of this new thing that we want to do as part of advocacy. In fact, we'll make it a part of the condition that if you are going to collect our t-shirt, if you are going to continue to be a part of this CDS, you must do advocacy as a major aspect of your activity as a member of this CDS. So what we define what advocacy is. Again, advocacy is a strategic process of supporting a cause. Supporting a cause. Advocacy, you are supporting a cause or policy. In the instance of us as members of DL for all, we are supporting a cause of digital literacy. Our job is to make digital literacy something that everybody in Nigeria is able to become digital literate. And advocacy is one of the powerful ways that we can achieve that. Also, there is something called policy. There is a policy that's called digital literacy framework. It's a policy of the federal government that is designed to really empower Nigerians in a way that we can be very ready to take advantage of all the opportunities around us, leveraging technology. It's called the digital first approach to influence outcome. Because if you use advocacy, you can really influence the outcome. If we, as members of the CDS, we embrace advocacy as one of our tasks, we can really influence the outcome that we are going to get in achieving the digital literacy mandate of the federal government and Nigeria. It also shifts public opinion. Because when you do advocacy and you are taught how to do advocacy, it shifts public opinion concerning that topic. And it can attract all kinds of resources and help and assistance you think you don't have into that. In this instance, we need to be able to mobilize partners to support the amazing work that DL for all as a CDS and NYSC is doing to bring change to the nooks and crannies of our country. It is fundamentally about amplifying voices. Remember, about amplifying voices. Because if you wink in the dark, we're doing so much as members of this CDS. Core members are doing so much all over the country. But people don't know what we are doing. And the reason is because we are not amplifying it. But when we amplify the unique thing that each and every one of you are doing, it's not just only going to help to bring value to that project and the CDS, it will also bring value to the community, the people we are targeting, Nigerians who are not, digitally literate. It will also bring value to you, every one of you as core member who is involved in this advocacy. Because when we go through the 5 steps of this advocacy, you will appreciate that at the end of the day, guess who gets better? It is you that are participating in it. All right? So what does it also do? It says it amplifies voices, whether your own, remember what I said, whether your own voice or those of the community, to ensure that needs are met and rights are protected. There are so many things around that. We said 3 pillars of advocacy: self-advocacy, individual advocacy, system advocacy. Of course, all of you know how to go and do this thing. just Gemini it, and you will see all this information. Nothing is due anymore. I am one of the advocates for how to use Gemini and to use AI in a very productive way, right? So there are so many things you can do. And you can go there and read it and understand it. So how will advocacy help? Now we know what advocacy is. How will advocacy help you as a core member? Or let me break down what we mean by this advocacy. Advocacy means that we, as members of this CDS, we have agreed that digital literacy is a right. Is a right for every Nigerian. Why? Because like they normally say, if you want to hide the book, if you want to hide the thing from a black man, put it in a book. That was before. If you want to hide anything from anybody right now, just keep it away from the internet. But once something is on the internet, we have no excuse. That's what we're talking about, being able to use Gemini and all these, AI tools to really embrace and improve yourself. For example, if there's anybody here, you have not used Gemini or all these, AI tools to say, this is me, Tayo. I studied this, I finished with this. In view of the complex situation in Nigeria, can you generate for me a roadmap on how to build a successful career? If you have not ever queried your Gemini application to do that for you, I don't know what you are using it for. Because it's going to look at the complexity of the country, look at your own peculiar qualification, course of study, and give you some guidelines on how to do things. But that's not my purpose today. We're still going to go into using AI effectively some other day. But advocacy simply means speaking out, engaging people, talking to them. So now we know that we want this CDS to help to remove incidents of digital literacy in Nigeria, because anyone that's digital literate today is going to be poor. They're going to be cheated, right? Not just knowing how to use that device in their hand, they're going to be cheated. And our mandate as member of CDS is to ensure that we drive inclusive digital literacy. Digital literacy in the nooks and crannies of Nigeria, in Kara Namuda, in Ungeru, in Zuinzu, in all the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. And you know that many of us cannot get there physically to make this thing happen. But guess what? There is a way we can drive our advocacy and meet the people we are targeting where they are. And that's why we are introducing what is called PhyGital. PhyGital means physical and digital advocacy. There is a digital advocacy, there is a physical advocacy you can do to important people, legislature, and all the other things. And maybe one of these days we are going to get permission from the DG, from Smidan, from DG and NIDA to really pay an advocacy to the National Assembly about what we are already doing, so that they can really appreciate what NYC is doing. We can do those kind of advocacy. We can do an advocacy to local government chairman in our community to let them know what we are doing. We can do advocacy to minister, anybody, to just tell them what we are doing, why it's important, why they should support us, and why they should need to do one or two things. But while sometimes we can't get to all these things, one of the critical things we must do as core member and as people want to do development work, we must change orientation. And if anybody can guess to me, where is that place you can find people that you cannot physically reach, but you know if you have the right message, you can still reach them? I'm looking for who is going to drop the first comment, the first 5 people to drop. How do you think you can reach people who needs to hear the important message you have, but you can't physically reach them, whether they are outside of Nigeria, whether they are in remote place where you can't get them? How do you think you can reach them? Whether it is true, whatever. I just want to get 1 or 2 opinions quickly. Anybody, just go and drop it. Anybody, any idea? Okay. Internet, online, thank you very much. Link, Krista, internet, social media, fantastic. Any other person? All right. Social media, thank you. Right? Digital advocacy, fantastic. And in fact, Ibrahim Abdul, whatever I just said, it's called digital advocacy. Digital advocacy. And that is what I'm hoping. And what I've been looking forward to today, that finally we're going to crack this thing and we're going to deal with it. We can make good use of the social media space to drive digital advocacy. I don't have the data in my hand. I wish I'd generated it. Almost everybody is on YouTube, or almost everybody is on WhatsApp. Almost everybody is on Facebook. Almost everybody is on Instagram. Everybody, even in the remote parts of Nigeria, people that say, if you go online, you are going to exclude people. Let's get the people that are already there, that are not maxed. And why is this, digital advocacy important? Thank you very much for that word. Is that many people have this thing in their hand called their mobile phone, but they're not getting the right messages through it. They're only receiving skits and misinformation that is not empowering, that's not improving them. But if we, as digitally literate core members, we can train ourselves on how to create very powerful digital content and we can begin to share opportunity via all these available channels in a very, you can't say anything negatively as a core member. Otherwise, and I'm going to talk about that very soon. You can't say anything negative. If you go to social media, you must be positive. And that is why NYC never really encouraged for us to encourage core members to stay too much on the internet before they go and say something negative. It is your own interest to ensure, and I'm very sure they have taught you that when you're on campus, when you're in camp. Don't, even if you're angry with government, you can't say it when you are still in that khaki. Please take note of that. I want one or two persons to type what you understand by that. As a core member, you are not permitted to say anything negative about government, about the policy, and it's a law. Just like civil servant cannot say anything negative. I want 2 or 3 people to type me so that it's obvious that we reiterated that on this call. But you can use the tool in your hand to really educate other people who are on the internet, but who are not maximizing the use of that device in their hand in a very productive way. And that is what this whole session is all about. So based upon that advice that was given to us by this, it's called digital advocacy. So how do we use digital to do what? How do we use digital advocacy as a strategic process of supporting the cause of digital literacy? How do we use our digital advocacy to support the amazing work that NITDA is doing through the DL for All CDS? I can almost say to you right now as we speak, the DL for All CDS is arguably one of the best CDS in NYC today. And you are privileged, which has always been our vision, to be the best CDS in NYC. But as we embrace some of all those things, we will even do better. Thank you very much, all those who are dropping that info. You cannot speak against government policy as a core member. It is part of the regulation. But you can use the tool in your hand to drive positive advocacy that is going to help, development in your community. Now, we've agreed that this digital advocacy include creating content that you can use, on your WhatsApp, on your social media, on all these social media platforms. Number 2, it's also a platform through which you can, and this one is compulsory, and I want the coordinators of all the CDS to know, from today, and I want us to drop, I want the moderator to drop the handle of NITDA. The handle of NITDA. The handle of NITDA on X, on what are the other platform now? On X, on Instagram, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, most especially. Let's limit ourselves to Instagram, LinkedIn, and Instagram, LinkedIn, and X for now. Let me drop that link. Everybody, immediately we finish this call, we must follow NITDA. And the reason why we need to do part of our job as member of this CDS, which we are going to start doing every day of our CDS, you go on, and you're going to be posted to you. Important message is going to be posted to you on our WhatsApp message from NITDA. Maybe NITDA want to educate people about a program they are doing. We're going to drop it. And once you see it, your job is to click on it. You can do 3 things. You can like it, you can forward it, you can comment. If you don't know what to say, which is the reason why a lot of people are not doing digital advocacy, the very act of liking it, the very act of resharing it, you're already doing advocacy. You're happy to expand NITDA's voice. NITDA is doing so much. And they didn't pay me to do this, you know that. But I know I've been promising them that with the kind of numbers we have in our CDS, there is no reason why we cannot add 5,000 more people following NITDA today. Everybody that's in our CDS. Right? And once we do that, we're not necessarily going to be saying jargons. Oh, hey, no, they've not paid my allowance. We will not say all such things. And we're going to give you guidelines. But when it comes to things like, oh, NITDA drop a very important message on a daily basis, we can pick it, drop it on the group, and let everybody go there, like, reshare. If you have something positive that you can say, you can comment. So imagine if 5,000 of us in this CDS begin to follow NITDA and begin to amplify the voice of NITDA. Imagine how happy NITDA will be to now realize that these young people they are supporting, they are working together with, they are able to now also amplify their voices. If 5,000 of us are able to retweet or share or follow or like important messages that Nida is sharing, I can guarantee you, Nida will be happy with us, and also Nida will be able to support us more in supporting all the things that we are doing. So for me, this is something we have to do. In fact, it's the major outcome of this session today. And I'll tell you why it's important for you beyond just being compulsory. Now, most of us, we don't understand what is called digital footprint. Everybody here, as a digital literate person, you need to have what is called a very positive digital footprint. What does that mean? You need to identify what is the thing that you love as a career or as a business, something you like to learn more about, and go and follow that handle. It might be NITA, it might be NYSC, it might be Mind the Gap, it might be DL for All as a handle, it might be United Nations, any organization that you like and you want to be informed about what they are doing, or maybe organization, company where you want to work after NYSC. Go and look for their handle on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on whatever, and follow them. Go and know what they are doing. It is information. Don't just take junk that people share with you in forms of skits. People that are sharing skits with you are making money. But you go and get information. And we're going to make it like something that we want to encourage you guys to do. Follow your passion. Follow your passion on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Follow your passion. Follow your career. Follow your interest. Don't complain. Follow. And when you follow, create a very active digital footprint around a mentor, around a company where you like to work, around an area of interest. If you are interested in software development, you should know where are the handles that are talking about software development, where are the community or link that are talking about software development, and follow them and be involved. Because it takes, like normally say, you are 4 people away from everybody. That's old story. Today, it takes an intelligent, it takes you following an intelligent person before you are able to actually have access to them. Follow somebody who is your mentor. Follow an organization that you want to work in. Follow a policy direction that you want to be a part of, right? And once you do that, you get daily information about what they are up to. And you have to even create, this another thing I want to say, you have to learn to create a social media moment. Not just every time you go on social media. No. Say, okay, I go to social media 30 minutes every day. And I don't just go to anywhere. I go and follow important handles or hashtag of interest. I can guarantee anybody here, if you do that, you will see how your life will improve in a short while. Of course, in addition to that also is to find a YouTube channel that you can study something in. No, the days are gone when you are waiting for your employer to train you. But when you know what you want to learn, when you know your skills gap, you now go to YouTube. Where can I get content around this? You now begin to follow. Every week, every month, you must have a topic you are doing a study on YouTube. You know, we did a research recently with NITA some year back, and we realized that, and that interesting, that research was done by Co-Creation Hub, where the current Minister of Communication Digital, then he was not yet appointed, when we were planning for the program called the National Digital Literacy Framework. And they realized that, we find out research that over 60% of people who are successful technology professionals, they learn on YouTube. Research. This is not head knowledge. Over 60%. Less than 10% of them learn it in a classroom. The rest of them learn it by going to, maybe a lesson or a program. But over 60%, I'm looking for that data. Over 60% learning on YouTube because it's interest. Technology is not about what you are taught. Technology is self-taught, self-learned. Right? So, Twitter, which is X, Instagram, if you must, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Those 4 online digital platform, they are important access to you. Sorry, I need to drink water. So I want to hear your feedback quickly. If you are learning anything, I want to hear your feedback, just in 1 or 2 minutes. If you are learning anything, I want to hear your feedback. I'm learning something. 100% thumbs up. I just want to hear. I want to be sure you guys are with me. I need about 5 of you minimum to know that I'm communicating. All right. I'm waiting. Like I said, you have to follow Nida. All right. On X, on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp. Okay, I'm learning something. Thank you very rapt boss. Right? Thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much. Miracle. I am with you, sir. Fantastic. That's all I need. It's just 1 or 2 person confirming that they're listening. So the next thing I want to say, why is this important for you? Building a digital footprint help you to learn. Build a digital footprint around topic of interest, person of interest, organization of interest, and knowledge of interest. It improves you. Daily, weekly, you go there, you learn something. I can guarantee you, if you do that, you'll come back to me in one month and say, this thing changed my life. Second, most of you don't appreciate the fact that you need to connect with people. And the people you need to connect with are not just people around you. You need to connect with people online. And one of the ways you can connect with people online is by actually setting up what is called an active digital footprint behind them. If you follow a typical Nita, you will know what they do, what they drop. And when an opportunity comes up among them, you will be able to know. If for any reason you want to, if you follow another company, MTN, Shell, any company, when you want to apply to them in the future, you are able to articulate based upon the fact that you're already a part of them. Yeah? And you will have known, if you follow them on LinkedIn, you will have known other people that follow, you can even connect with people in such organization via LinkedIn by following them. Before you need to work for them, you already have an idea of people that work in such organizations. Don't just follow people. Don't just use your handle to follow anybody. Be strategic. For example, before I follow anybody, I check who you are following. I check, is this following? If I see the quality of who you are following, I think you'll be retweeting the right things to me. But if you follow just a couple, and follow newspaper houses too, so that you'll be informed. I'm going to talk about that finally because my time is fast spent. Okay? So my takeaway is, by the time we're able to amplify what NIDA is doing, it helps to promote what we have committed to, digital literacy. It helps to share opportunity with people who are following us. That's another part of it. I've seen people before who, just because somebody they are following tweeted something, an opportunity, they take advantage of it and their life changed. You'll be shocked how you're going to be doing something good for people who are following you. It's your right to share the right thing, to forward the right thing, so that people who are following you can be informed. Okay? So why is it also important for us as a CDS to do this? When we're able to promote, for example, what we are doing as a CDS, and don't just go and say anything, articulate it. Some of us don't know how to talk on social media. That's why we find it difficult to go on social media. You can articulate, you can go to Gemini to say, hey, here is what I want to share on social media. Give me tips. And it's going to generate, there's nothing wrong with it. All right? Until you get it right. You pick it. Don't abuse anybody. Don't say what you are not sure of. Validate whatever Gemini says to you to be sure it's true. Make sure you're not sharing what is not authentic. You share it. And that is why I'm going to round up with those 4 things I would normally say about the digital way. Number 1 is be found. If I put your name on Google and whatever shows up in your name is not LinkedIn, it's not Twitter, it's just maybe Facebook or any one of all these other platforms, it's an indication of the fact that you are not rightly positioned. And you can do it for yourself. Google your name when you finish today, or put your name even on Gemini and say, my name is Tayo Loshini. See what it's going to come up with. So you need to be found, whether as a business or as a person. All right? If for those of you who want to get a very fantastic career, put your name there. When you have some pictures of you, not negative things, post it there. Be found. If you cannot be found right now on social media or on YouTube or whatever, you don't exist. It's like you don't exist. That's number 1. Number 1, be found. Number 2, be relevant. When you want to post anything, Don't just put any nonsense. Let what you are posting be relevant to your follower and to the people who might meet your handle at some time, who might see what you are sharing. Be relevant. And one of the ways to be relevant is the kind of people you follow. When you retweet them, you reshare their messages, you'll be relevant to people who are following you. You'll be relevant to important things that are not gossip, not just anything, opportunities, important information. You'll be relevant. Number 3, be engaging. Engaging simply means that don't just be online. Don't just continue to share. Sometimes you can ask questions. Sometimes you can, really follow those who are following you. Say, hey, guy, you've been following me. I hope it's been wonderful. I hope it's been impactful. Are there other things you'd like me to share? Be engaging. Know the people who are following you. All right. And of course, the 4th one, be accountable, because social media does not forget. If you post or you follow handles that are negative, i.e., if you go and follow handle on crime, if you go and follow handles on anything that is negative, it is on your trail. When people are searching on you, it can show up in your trail. When you go and follow somebody and you go and reshare people abusing government, it's on your trail. Or who is abusing, the other day somebody was going to America, and he didn't know that by just throwing your phone in some device they have at their port of entry, they can know what's on your phone like that. And she said, oh, I'm going for a conference, and they said, okay, yeah, you're going for a conference. We saw you have a visa at the point of entry in America. And quickly they pull out her Instagram account where she was already talking to somebody about coming to sell wig, coming to sell what she was selling. And said, sorry, you can't go in because you want to go and do business, not what you said you are going to do. And if you are doing anything right now, they say in America, they say, do not block your social media handle because we might check it. Somebody might say, oh, that's infringement of human rights. Why are you going to their country? All right? Oh, an organization is checking my social media before they give me employment. That's infringement of my human rights. Well, that means you don't want job in that company. Be careful the kind of digital footprint you create. That's being accountable. I remember the other day I was talking to somebody, a senior person in NYC, and I said, look, if you go online, you can't find anything about me. And it's true. Because he just decided to maintain neutrality because he doesn't want to be. It's better you are not there than go and say nonsense or go and follow people or go and be supporting what's not working. That's not the purpose of this group. So, because I've spent so much of your time, what is my takeaway from you here today? Number 1 is that every member of this Digital Onboarder CDS, we have to follow NIDA handle. I'm not even saying mind the gap handle. If you like, you can follow our handle. Follow NY and whatever. And I'm looking for the best 1,000 that we're also going to train further on how to engage. You can be present, you can be retweeting, liking, but those of you who want to know how to create content on your own that you can use to put your footprint online, you can register. Talk to I don't know how they do it, but the moderator, the president is going to talk about it. Just show interest. We want to do a very extensive training on social media health because we are going to a political arena. We don't want anybody that's associated with us to go and say anything that can hinder you politically or that can put an NYSC in bad light or every single thing that you represent. I did for example, a research work recently on the impact of, technology on, youth participation in nation building. And I realized that most of what we use technology, we don't even use it for nation building. We don't use it for things that can positive. We only use it to get entertainment. We only use it to go and do gossip and all those things. Look, let's start from now. Especially members of Digital Onboarder CDS. Let's prove that the reason why we joined this CDS is not just to waste our time. And I believe that at the end of the day, you will learn something positive and you'll be glad that you're part of this meeting today. On this note, I will stop and I will look forward to questions and answer from you. Okay, I just have Josephine joining us very quickly. I'll just give her 2 minutes because she's joining late, or maybe they just show her. just 2 minutes to talk about this topic I'm talking about. Just tell me what's your own, how do you handle social media? Just in 2-3 minutes. How do you handle social media? LinkedIn, X, what do you do? And how has it been helpful to you or useful to you, as an emerging young professional? Over to you.
Okay, good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. I'm Josephine Terry. I am an ex-core member from the DFO CDS group, and during my time, I was the project lead FCT and the national assistant project lead. So I've been following the conversation, and it's super exciting. It comes home. And it's not far from what we have been doing. It's not far from everything that we have been talking about, the whole advocacy and everything. So for me, particularly before I even became an NYSC member, I was a young professional, and especially when I was learning tech skills. So then, because my LinkedIn footprint is really strong, I mean, like one of the things you would see when you bring out my name is my LinkedIn and some things that I've done there. And, I documented my journey when I was learning data analysis, my projects, my research work, and it gave me opportunities. Yeah, it did give me network to people far and wide. I got some online jobs because of them. And I think one of the things that always sat well with anybody that was recruiting me was the diplomacy in the way I present myself. Like you said, we are always on the neutral ground. We're always in the part where even if we know that things particularly are not entirely working, there's a way we frame those kind of conversations. And especially because I am an international development economist, so it just kind of like frames the way we present our information out there. And, bringing that whole zeal to DL for all, it just cemented, what I already kind of like started, and it made the journey even better. I remember when I was applying for the World Bank conference that is holding very soon, next month, I was selected to be there on site, which was extremely competitive. One of the things that they asked for was our LinkedIn, and guess what they saw there? History of development, impact, history of things that we have done, communities that we have changed. So when they say, oh, apply for a youth summit, they had already seen history, they had seen the record, so it kind of like pushed that application, plus the fact that I already had a very strong national desk review. So all of these things just put together. So I would say the digital footprint has a way of selling you, especially now in the professional space. And it's kind of like a way of introducing you before you are met. And, you really want to have your best foot forward so that it doesn't undermine any kind of contribution that you have to make in any place that you find yourself. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Excellent. So, thank you very much, Josephine. It's personal. This thing is not just because they want me to do something, right? It's personal. And we can have not just a couple of other who have leveraged that platform, all this, whatever online presence to really, really, build their brand, because you are a brand, right? You are a
Yes.
brand. If you see yourself like just ordinary person, you just be consuming other people's content. You just go to Instagram today, you go to whatever, you just consume anything. You waste your life. But when you are a brand, you are also, ensuring you are following the right people, you are sharing the right content. When you have the opportunity, you have to be periodic with it. I know her, she's always saying, oh, I package my thoughts together. I need to drop something this month. She's very strategic, right? And so also many of the other young people that I'm privileged to work with. You need to do that, guys. We need to reduce the incidences of Nigerian youth being not doing the right thing. One of it is this thing in our end, core phone. If we can optimize it in driving our CD, and if there is anything you need to drive, let your CDS be the starting point of validating area of your interest. That's why I say to people, don't come to this CDS if you're not passionate about it.
Yeah.
You should only join a CDS that's going to speak into your life after NYSC. So the final two things I just want to say also when it comes to group CDS is, you can use social media to raise money for your project, whether personal or group. I'm not saying going around to beg for money. NYC will not encourage you to do that, right? So when you are able to develop, this is what we are doing, just share the thought of what you are doing, right? I mean, I've seen severally in projects that we are building. Somebody say, I want to build a school in one rural area and I can't find money. I say, you know what? Why just articulate what you want to do. Put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook. And people that are from that community who are far away in America, and you're not asking them for just talking about the great things you're doing. Corporate organizations who are interested in doing things related to that, they will see your content. Wow, this is an amazing project. This is something you want to be a part of. They'll be the one reaching out to you. One of the ways to really, really propagate, raise funds, and project, especially the need of a community, not in a derogatory way, not in a challenge, not challenging anybody, is learning how to be educated on how to manage social media. Because of our time, I think I will stop here. I will answer some of your questions. I hope this has been worthwhile for you, like it has been for me. But most importantly, everybody is following, NIDA Ando today as a way of saying, NIDA, we appreciate what you are doing for us on DL for All. And if you need a message to share, I'm happy to be a member of the NYC DL for All CDS. Happy to follow NIDA. We need to do that. And my top 1,000 who are really, really ready to even engage further, we will find you, give you more details in terms of how to, how to be found, be engaging, be relevant, and to be accountable. We'll do more training for you. On this note, I yield back to you, President. Over.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Tayo. That was an amazing one. Thank you very, very, very much. We really appreciate that section. Thank you very much. You didn't just speak as a felicitator. You spoke as a mentor. Thank you very much for your opportunity of getting to learn from your wealth of experiences. And we're promising you as COP members, as DLCs, we will just definitely put actions to all you've said, all you've taught us, all you've revealed to us. Thank you very much for that amazing section. It was really, really beautiful. So if your hands are not busy, please, everyone on the comment section, I want you to put up your digital hands together to facilitator or Mr. Tayo. Appreciate him. Yes, every one of us in the comment section. Let's use the comment section. Let's put up our digital hands together for Mr. Tayo for that amazing presentation. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. So moving forward, we want to know if there are questions from you. But before then, Mr. Tayo said something that really stood out to me. He said, "You are a brand. You are a brand." So I want us to put that in the comment section. If you believe you are a brand, I believe we have brands here. Yes. I want to put that in the comment section. I am a brand. I am a brand. I'm a force to reckon with. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. So moving ahead, I want to know if there are any questions. Just with little time available with us here, I want to answer like a few questions, 3 to 5 questions, if that's available, before we move over to the next section. Anyone? Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, yes. Any questions? So please, we are still waiting for your questions. Probably you will need deeper insight or something you didn't understand clearly, or you want deeper clarity on the particular concept that Mr. Tayo has shared with us. Anyone? Okay. While we are still waiting for your questions. Okay, thank you. Is that a question? Crowdfunding through Facebook. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. EK, thank you very much for that question. Okay, Mr. Tayo, we have a question here. So Ike is asking, said, thank you very much for the section. So she said it was very, very insightful. And she said you mentioned that we should be found. On that point, do you think it's professional to lock your social media handles? So that's a question from Ike. So we really appreciate if you handle that, sir. So let's keep our question coming in.
Well done, EK. Intelligent student asks questions. I love it. People that ask questions. Right. When it comes about locking your social media, does that mean in terms of you block only people that can view your social media? I don't think that is necessary. Sincerely, I don't think that's necessary. The most important thing is, like we have said, just look at the kind of people you follow, right? Once, I mean, for crying out loud, it's not everybody that is seeing you, right? It's only people that follow you that see what you are sharing. People used to think, oh, your social media, the whole world is seeing you. It's only people that follow you that see what you are sharing. But if the people that are following you, you know, but if you don't want any other person to see you, maybe when they search randomly, you can do that. But why do you want to lock? There's no reason to lock your social media. The quality of content you put there is what's going to determine whether any our person are able to see you. And I understand what you are saying because personally, I've not been on Facebook since 2017. I've not been active on Facebook since 2017. And there's a reason for that, right? And you can't see any post from me on Facebook. Why? Because there was a time when I figured that that's not a platform that can better represent me, so I don't do it. So if you find yourself on the platform, you think maybe what is happening there doesn't kind of fully represent you, you don't have to, just get out of it. You can't be on all social media platforms, right? As you see me, when people say, oh, TikTok is the end of, you can't see me on TikTok. It doesn't speak to my interest. I'm not a Gen Z. Whatever they're doing, no matter how fantastic it is, I don't go there, right? If you see me at all, you're going to see me on LinkedIn. You're going to see me on Twitter. Yeah, you're going to see me maybe once in a while on Instagram because I post things into Instagram via my WhatsApp. Oh, I forgot to talk about WhatsApp. WhatsApp is one of the most powerful, the minimum place where you can actually broadcast positive things. Because don't just also let us be consumers. Let us also add things to the ecosystem where we operate. So I will advise EK that I don't think it's necessary, but if you're becoming distractive or you don't want you can block people that you don't want to see your content or to even see your visibility. But I don't think it's necessary to be blocking your issue. Far on that point, do you think it's professional to lock your social media? I don't think so. Personally, of course, when you look at a place like WhatsApp and you don't want people to add you unnecessarily without your permission, you can activate that. So that people are not just adding you to groups. You can activate that. I need you to send me a note before I had me. If somebody tries to tag you and you don't want to answer, you just simply ignore. The truth of the matter is, except it's someone who is really important to you, you don't have to answer everybody that's trying to. They can call you a snob. They can say, oh, I reach out to you, didn't, whatever. Shouldn't that tell you something? If you reach out to me 3 times and I don't reply you, shouldn't that tell you that you're not adding value to me? You need to be selective in terms of the kind of people you follow and are following you. Because it goes on. How do I manage my time and maximize my productivity on social media? Great question, Mubarak. Like I said earlier, I don't have the data here, but if we aggregate the kind of number time that an average young person spends on social media, that is why a lot of people are broke and they are not productive in life. People just go to social media and especially Instagram and all those video and contents, whatever. It's filling up your brain. It's filling up your hard drive and you are worried why you can't assimilate education. Your hard drive is limited except you have an elasticity strategy for your brain, right? So a lot of people junk their mind with stuff. So like the question that, the good question that Mubarak is asking, how do you do that? Choose a time that you go on social media. The first thing you do in the morning is not to go on social media, not even on WhatsApp, not even on anything. Fill your mind first with positive things. Choose a time, maybe during breaks. If you are working, maybe like around 12 noon, or maybe if you're a type of person that like to, listen to news. I listen to news every day of my life. So Channel TV is always active on my YouTube. Even if I'm on the road, I put it on. I want to hear what is going on. I want to know what is going on. I want to be informed. Yeah, So and there's another particular program I love on Channels TV. It's called Inside Sources. When you listen to that kind of a channel, it inform you about the intricacies of what's happening in government, instead of just recycling error. So how do you manage your time and maximize product? Just choose the time you are going to go on social media. But time when you need some information around social media, you can increase the time you spend on it. So say, okay, I want to follow a particular hashtag because I'm doing a research. Put the hashtag there and see information. But just following trends that does not align with your career, of your interest, is a waste of your life. So thank you very much, Barak, for that time. Choose the time you go on social media and choose the kind of thing you follow. My question is that how can one maintain good social media footprint if when you've had a bad trail with the brand name in the time past? It's very easy. Now, the social media doesn't forget, like we said, but the moment you shift your interest, you don't follow. I laugh at people. Somebody once told me when we were talking way back, years back, when we were talking about online safety. Somebody was telling me, and we're telling them when you get some certain website, they start posting some adverts to you. And the person was telling me that, he whispered to me quietly. He's an average young person. He said, how come I'm getting some, matured content on my email? They're selling me matured content. I whispered back to him, where have you been going to? What website have you been visiting? If you visit some certain website, it will send you some content in form of ads. If you go on Jumia, you will see ads that is targeted at you because of the website you have been to. That's the word of algorithm, right? So if you are, for any reason, you've had some negative footprint, maybe people you have followed before, you can make attempt to delete some of them, unfollow some of them, though the internet won't forget. Then when you now begin to follow more positive things and you begin to generate more, it's all about a game of numbers. The more you see, even if somebody wants to look back at the negative footprint you've had, they will realize at the point you had a shift, and you can make a statement. I just realized that there's some negative footprint I must have gathered in my social media life. From this moment, I'm making a shift. I'm doing this. But we can discuss this further even on another day. Another person, I have a question. I have used social media a lot, LinkedIn, Facebook, and more. I post about my progress, impact, and growth to build on my digital footprint, but I am not gaining enough visibility. That's a good question. Nice one. So visibility is not something that just happened, because the social media is a highly crazy place. We live in a world where everybody's trying to promote themselves. Everybody's just it's a selfie world. And that is why a lot of people are not enjoying social media. Now, the best way to do this is not just by posting on your own. Who do you follow? One of the easiest ways you can easily get traction is follow people who also have following, who belong to, who you share values with. When you follow them and you follow their footprint and you reshare what they are sharing as related to you, when what you are sharing, when they find out that you are an active follower, you are not just trying to promote yourself. You are just interested in the topic, maybe like the topic we are dealing with, digital literacy. When you begin to follow a typical NIDA very well, and they realize that you are always posting what NIDA posts, and you also have some amazing content, NIDA can start following you. And the day NIDA start following you and your content is inspiring to NIDA, imagine a NIDA retweeting you. That is life. And this is something, I've had to mentor a lot of people when it comes to leveraging technology, leveraging social media to actually amplify your voice and to actually build your career. And I said to them, follow a mentor. Follow a mentor so hard, especially a mentor who is a good mentor. anytime the mentor drops something, once something important, you'll be the first. When they see that you are a very active follower, one day they'll say, oh wow, this is a very, very faithful follower. They can start following you. Just as a matter of honoring you. And the day you also are able to share something that is intelligent, maybe you quote them. For example, the last time I was listening to Mr. Chai, he said something, and because you have quoted me, I told him, oh, this guy is referencing what I've done. It's a strategy. It's not just by posting stuff. Do you get? For example, if you take an inventory of even the people that are currently following you, do you understand? Ask them, am I sharing things that you are able to reach? If your followers are not resharing what you are posting, that's already a problem. You need to go back there and say, hey guys, what's going on? I share this thing. And there are a lot of things that happen offline that affect the people the things that happen online. These are things we have dealt with way back in the early days of social media. There's a whole lot of, offline activity that can inform the following that you are. If your interest is not just, I want people to follow me, you want to contribute to a community and you want to contribute to content that's adding value. You need to be relational. You need to be relational and engaging. Remember, I was saying engaging. Follow other people who are in that sector. Then, most important thing I want to say about this is the quality of what you share is what is going to determine whether somebody else shares it. I remember way back, and I'm going to just about it, we were doing a social media advocacy for a particular organization, and we're supposed to help them to build their following up to a particular level. And they were paying us for it way back. And when we shared something, and the wife of the then President Barack Obama followed that handle some years back. When the woman who owns the handle saw it, said, you have done the work, forget, don't do anything again. This is a big thing. She paid us even before. She paid us even before we meet the number she wanted. Why? Because there's an act to it. It's not just by being selfish and saying they are not following me. They are not. People you follow determines those who follow you. And if you want deeper understanding on that, I believe you can also reach out, to your president, to give your name to our social media team to help you to realize, to give you some trainings on how to do this thing. It's not by being selfish and saying, I want people to start following me. No, follow people who are equally relevant in your industry. Then your quality of content, let it be something. I mean, of course, the quality of content you share also will matter who follows you. How do you have human stories to your content? Do you have data to your content? Is your content something people will be willing to want to pin to their own? Is this something you want to share with people who are following them? People don't just share your content or follow you because you want them to, right? Somebody says, sir, how can I be trained to be found relevant, engaging, and accountable in the digital space? That is Gladys. Okay, so I know we have a group, our social media group, and our media group that we are working with nationwide across the country. And part of the thing we're trying to do, we're trying to build this 1,000 guys. We're going to train you. After you train you, we're going to work together to really make a difference. And in the process of training, you understand, you're going to acquire those skills. And it's not just by putting in the classroom. Week one, we train you something, you go and implement it. When you implement it, and it's free of charge. We're not collecting money. This is part of our whole commitment to you because you're an active member of this CDS. You go and use it in 1 week, you see. For example, if we teach you about being found, where will you be found? How can you be found? Even what you use as your own name for your own handle matters whether you are going to be found. What you use as an hashtag that actually represents you, determine whether you are going to be found, who you follow. The time you tweet, the time you share your message, all those things are things that you can go and Google. By the time you go to Gemini, you say, how can I be more visible? It will give you insight. But practicing it and following them religiously and being able to do it gradually. And don't do it because you just want to be popular. Please don't want to be followed because you want to be popular. Popularity on social media is dangerous. It will put your life inside social media without having a life offline. A lot of people are popular on social media, but offline they are killing themselves. A whole lot of people are going through emotional imbalance. In fact, there is a book one of my prodigy wrote about mental health and social media. When you come for this program too, she's going to be there training you on mental health and social media. A lot of people are so confused about their life because they become so consumed by social media. If somebody does not retweet them, they feel angry. If they feel jected, you don't have to be, right? Okay. So I don't know if there's any other question. One more question and we close for the day. President, I give back to you. I think it's been a fantastic day. But more importantly, everybody on this call, you need to go and follow Nita's and I want it to be obvious. I'm happy to follow Nita as a member of the CDS. Please, sir, I have social media pages with thousands of followers, especially Facebook. How do I maintain consistency? It's very easy. Now, you need to know the peculiarity of each one of all these social media. Facebook, for example, is like a crowd. Too many things happen on Facebook, right? And the algorithm of Facebook also is not very, very fair to you when it comes to people want to be decent. Sorry to use that word. The kind of thing that the algorithm of Facebook easily promotes and picks, you don't want to be involved in it. And I'm not saying that to denigrate Facebook, right? So you need to be careful. The fact that you have, so the thing about it is that, is it your product you want to promote or your services or your person? That's what's going to matter. If you have thousands of followers on Facebook, what do you want to promote? Is it your person to be popular? Or is it your product? Or is it an agenda or maybe a policy conversation? The most important thing is whatever you are sharing must be helpful to people. If you're just promoting your own interest, nobody cares because it's a selfish world. You guys are living in a selfie world. So everybody is selfish, right? But if you are committed to, for example, one of the things you need to learn to do when you are sharing content, tag other people, what they have said, repeat what people have said. Oh, for example, I was excited today to hear Okunjo said this. I was excited today to hear Kiniko said this. Report on issues that are productive. If you see anything online that can benefit people, oh, wow, federal government just launched this thing and I believe it's going to help people. Don't send negative. Everybody know about negative things. They can get it without somebody sharing it. But if you have positive things, for example, I want to encourage those of you who want people to follow you. Go to a website that is called Opportunity Desk. Opportunity Desk was a platform that was created by one of our guys way back. She's a very successful woman today, but she created a platform called Odesk, Opportunity Desk. She has a lot of opportunity there. International travel, jobs, grants. You go there and say, every day I'm going to pick one opportunity on this place and I'm going to share with my followers. You will see how people follow you. Don't just share things to promote yourself. Share things that will benefit your follower and create an hashtag that is unique to you. To say hashtag, opportunity, daily opportunities in Nigeria. Things that people are going to look up to, right? So that's the way to do it. But Facebook, it's a crowd. It takes a lot of algorithm. Of course, a lot of people like to buy Facebook ads, to promote themselves. But it's not enough of buying ads. It's about being relevant and being engaging. And of course, for those of you who want to learn more, join the media group because we really want to build a movement where we support the digital literacy and all the other amazing programs that need to be amplified instead of all this other junk that is all over social media, because there is nothing like ethical social media practice anymore among young people. But if you embrace ethical social media practice, you suddenly realize that it's only going to help you and also promote your personal agenda without necessarily making it as the central objective of you being on social media. With these few words of mine, I'm encouraging everybody again, if you have already started following Nita Andu, please show it on the group and show it in your group. And I want those of you who are still here, I don't know the number, I want you to go take this message to your CDS and say, we have been advised, we have been educated to follow Nita Andu as a member of this CDS. It's important for you to follow Nita social media Andu today, not tomorrow, today. And once you do it, and I believe that we look out for you, and we are going to track it. When you get there, I'm happy to follow. I'm a member of the Digital Ombudsman CDS, and I'm happy to follow Nita social media to learn more about what they are. Just ask somebody to give. If you don't know what to say, ask somebody to give you what to say and drop it. And I look forward to seeing that traction on that group. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. President, over to you. Is the president still there? Okay, because of our YouTube time, you need to come up so that we don't have dead time on YouTube. That's very important also. All right, so while we're waiting for the president, I want to encourage you guys to go and follow the NIDA handle. It's important, it's compulsory. They've been supporting this CDS. We also need to show it by showing that we are really passionate about what NIDA is passionate about. Okay? All right. President, are you there now? Okay, if the president is not there, I think I have the permission to close this meeting today so that we don't keep you guys waiting. It's been 1 hour, 20 minutes. I know he has more information to give you. So thanks a lot, Mr. Tayo from, oh, beautiful. Cozy Creative E-Hub, fantastic. Cozy Creative Hub, thank you so much. Yeah, and I think it's a good thing. Just drop a message of what you have learned while we are waiting for the president for the next 5 minutes. Thank you, sir. Ini Elijah Faraday, thank you very much. I hope you guys have started following NIDA. Any other person I want to drop a content? Okay, I think we lost the president. On this note, I want to say well done, everybody. If they have further information for you, I believe they will reach out to you and give you that information. So follow NIDA handle and let them know you're a member of this CDS and you're excited because of the amazing thing NIDA has been doing for you. Okay, Paul Eric Kalu is here. Give it all to our president. Bye.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very, very much, sir. I really appreciate your time. And it has really been a privilege being on this conversation with you. Thank you very much. I must confess, this has been one of the best webinars I've attended so far, being a DLC. Thank you very much. Everyone for joining this webinar. Thank you very much. So please, before you leave, please ensure you fill your attendance on the Google form that has been sent across already. So for the benefit of those who just joined, or who joined late, Mr. Tayo is the co-founder and executive director of Mind the Gap, and it's an organization that is committed to bridging the digital gap between learning and earning. So by equipping young people just like you and I with relevant digital skills and entrepreneurial skill for the future of work. So thank you very much, Mr. Tayo, for having this wonderful conversation with us. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate your time and effort. And also, sir, we promise you that we'll not just show it to us. Thank you very much, sir. So on behalf of every one of us, we say thank you very much and God bless you. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you very much, sir.